Hi there guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can easily implement a click outside function. As you can see, I'm currently demonstrating with a modal. When you click anywhere inside the modal, nothing happens except for the close button, of course. But immediately when you click outside of the modal, it closes. We're going to be doing this today and making it into a composable. So if you want to reuse it, you can just publish the code and reuse it in the project. But at the end of the video, I'm also going to be showing you how you can do this easily using a Vue library. So let's go ahead and get to coding. So as always, a quick rundown of the code we're currently working with. An import, we import ref, and we have a ref conditioner here set to false. We have an open modal function and a close modal function. So this is the basic minimum we're going to be working with. Now when we click, you can see we currently don't have the click outside function working, and the modal only closes when we click on the close button. So let's go ahead and change that. But first, we'll be creating a composable. So let's go ahead and create a new file called use, let's just call it use click.js. And inside this composable, we're just going to export our function. Let's call the function export. Let's just go ahead and write export const use click outside. Um, so this function is going to take two elements. So first is the ref element. Let me go ahead and rename this. Let's call this ref l, and this is the callback function. I think I'm going to stick with CB for this. And whenever we're calling this use click outside function, one thing we want to do is make sure that we always have a ref element. So let's go ahead and put the condition on there, and we'll do if an if statement. If not ref element, we just want to return. Let's go ahead and remove this. We'll return like that. And when we did this, that's all. We use this to make sure that we always have a ref element before we run a function. Now, the main points of this is one of the main points of this is the event listener. We're going to be adding the event listener to the window. So let's go ahead here at the bottom. Let's just do window dot add event listener on click, and we'll get a element here on click. When we click, we want to add an event listener here for the click. We add it to the window for the click, and of course we'll have a function that needs to be run. For that function, we're going to be creating that function here, and we're going to be calling it our listener function. So we just go ahead and write const listener. It's we're going to be making an anonymous function. We're going to be making it an arrow function rather. So listener, and we'll make it an arrow function. Now we want to have a check. So this check is going to be an if statement. So the check is going to be like this: if ref or if e dot target is not equal to to ref element, dot value and e dot composed path dot includes ref element dot value. We just want to return. We don't want to do anything. So what this is checking for is if the element we're clicking on is the same element as the ref value that we get back from here, we want to return. We don't want to do anything. So what if it is not the same element? What do we do? Yeah, let's work on that now. But for that, we're also going to have an if statement. If CB is equal to function, to a type of function, if type of CB, if let's just do and check if CB and type of CB equals function and and type of CB equals function, we want to go ahead and call the function. Now we're going to add this listener to this window.event listener head like this. And what we also want to do is add two things to the window.event listener. One is we want to add two options basically. One is we want to make it passive, true, and also we want to have the capture set to true. Now, this is going to not work. You might be wondering why this is not going to not work. It's because we're basically getting access to a ref element when the window is not mounted. You have to remember that Vue or Next projects are server rendered, and so we need the unmounted function to make this work. So let's go ahead and import this. Import unmounted from Vue. I want to put this event listener. Let's go ahead and put a comment there. I want to put this in window event listener to only run when the window is mounted. But we are far from done yet. To also prevent memory leaks, we also want to remove the event listener when the window isn't mounted. So let's go ahead and do that too. Or when we leave the window to prevent memory leaks on older browsers. So let's go ahead and also import on unmounted. So after this, we're going to have on unmounted window dot remove event listener click. We want to remove the listener function. So this is basically what we have working with. And if we go to our app.view and let's just go ahead and import the click outside function here, the click outside composable. So let's import use click outside from composable use click, and we basically want to do this. We want to do use click outside, and before we do this, we want to get access to a ref element. So our ref element is going to be the modal, this modal. That's what we want to get access to. So let's go ahead and create a ref element for that. So let's just call this const modal ref equal to a ref, an empty ref. We're not going to be setting it to null. And ref, modal ref. And here, remember the first value have to pass in the ref element, then a callback function. So let's pass in modal ref, and let's pass in a function. We're just going to make this an anonymous function here, and we want to call the close modal and save. Now when we come here and we click on show modal, closes. It closes beautifully. You see, if I click on here, nothing happens, nothing happens. But if I click outside, it closes. And it's basically working as we want it to have work. So if I click anywhere here inside the modal, nothing happens. But as soon as I click outside of the modal, it closes. That's exactly the function we want to happen. But I said I was going to show you a really easy way to do this, and let's just go ahead and talk about now. Let's go ahead to view use dog. Now, now we're going to go into the functions. I think it's in the sensors, somewhere around the sensors. Yeah, here it is. Use click on click outside. So this is basically it. Let's just go ahead and run this. So import on click outside from Vuejs core. So I already have Vuejs installed in this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and import on click outside from Vuejs core. So let's go ahead and just comment this out and on click outside, and we want to call the same function, same close modal function, and save. If I click on show modal, oh, we just wait for the project to reload. I click on show modal, it opens, but as soon as I click outside of the modal, it closes. Now, this is really easy to do. I mean, you, for just using on click outside from Vuejs core, you could have this working in a matter of minutes, probably seconds. But I really wanted you to know how this happens behind the scenes and what's really going on under the hood. That's why I've decided to create this tutorial and let you know, okay, this is what happens, this is how this works. And you can basically use this to go ahead and create your own composable library or whatever you want to create. But instead of just using whatever you can find, whatever libraries, sometimes it's good to know how these things work under the hood. And that's the reason why we've created this. That's the reason why we've went on ahead to create this not really long line of code, but it's really a good learning experience if you would ask me. But with on click outside, you can easily have this working in a few seconds, in a few minutes. But I really do hope you enjoyed the tutorial and would love to see you in the next video. Thank you. Cheers.